You openly admitted you never do research or read articles outside of Twitter. How can you shamelessly tell others to read more?
It's a good point. Yeah.
I don't need to understand whatever article you want me to read. All I need to understand is
Why?
human psychology and incentives.
Well, did you go to school for human psychology or something? I don't understand that.
And incentives and human psychology are the deciding factors of how people will behave.
What does that mean exactly? Is he just saying that people are going to gravitate towards a thing if it benefits them? Is that what you're saying? I mean, people would argue that against you, no? Because you make money on your commentary.
I don't need to read your little special book or your Wikipedia article or anything else besides that.
Wouldn't it help? Wouldn't it help to be fully informed? I mean, if you actually wanted to be fully informed, it would help to be fully informed.
None of.
I know people would criticize me like, "Oh, didn't you just get this wrong?" Yeah. You want to know how we knew I got it wrong? Because I instantly said, "Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot." Like, yeah, man, I'm wrong sometimes. I think that's the difference, is that like when I'm wrong, I don't usually double down on it. I go, fuck, like that's embarrassing. It's usually not as tremendous when I get stuff wrong, but like I'll be like, oh, that was wrong about that. I have the ability and capability to do that. Like I'm a normal human being. I try to look things up. I'm probably not always right, but I definitely am not always right, but I try to look things up. I don't think Asmongold ever does that. I've seen, it's interesting too, because through his commentary, I've seen him do things like where if he feels like he has a source that proves him right, he'll pull it up on the screen. But if he doesn't think he has a source, he won't pull anything up on the screen, and he won't actually like look into the information that he's talking about. He kind of just makes blanket statements that make him and his community feel comfortable. So yeah, man, I think that's one of the things, and I think that's been the strategy, and I think Hassan Parker also does this too, is that they just insist that they are right because they don't want to look optically wrong. I guess they have this idea that if they look wrong or they concede that they're wrong about something, then that pokes a hole in their armor. That's just my assumption, and so they're less interested in being correct and more interested in looking correct to their audience of people. That's pretty much it. Yeah, man. Okay. Like if you fuck shit up, man, it's all good. Like you own your shit, you know?
That stuff matters. What matters fundamentally is how do people act, how do people think, and how do people respond to incentives.
But that's you, right? Like people could just argue that you refuse to look into stuff. You just say right-wing like nonsense, and your incentive is for money and fame more than anything else. I think Asmongold's rich enough to not necessarily care about money. I think at this point he just feels good maintaining fame. I mean, he was really reveling in the fact that JD Vance like retweeted him or whatever. So I think that that's what this is about at this point. It's a fame thing. He feels really good. And then also men in general, and I think this is probably not the same for women, but maybe it is, at least not to the same degree, but you know, I could be wrong, is that like men, they just want to be successful. So even you can make $1 billion and it's never enough, right? Because you're always trying to like continuously outdo yourself. So I think that's part of it too.
If you can understand that, then nothing else matters.
Okay.
It's pretty simple.
I think he's just gone like woke. Like he's gone so woke he doesn't have to listen to facts. If you could just understand the psychology, I don't think you understand like what that means. I don't think you understand what psychology means. I don't think that you're educated in any meaningful capacity. I mean, like what does psychology mean to you? You're on Twitter all day. That's it. Twitter is the worst of all platforms. You know. You're educated. Basically, he's gone through Twitter the way that other people have gone through college. He just continuously digests a bunch of Twitter posts that are unverified sources of information in most instances, and it just outrage farms the fuck out of you. It's just like, hey, information, like outrage, and every platform will try to get you hooked onto their content in different ways, but Twitter is the worst when it comes to outrage farming. And so it shows you what is going to get you to interact, which a lot of times is outrage. And like, let's say you're somebody who's you don't like black people, you're going to constantly see black people on your feed causing problems, and you're going to go, see, my thought was right about that. There are black people who see a bunch of white people causing harm on their feed. Oh, see, I was right about that. That's what it is, man. He's getting psyoped by Twitter, and I think he's like so woke now that like he doesn't actually accept any like factual reality. He's very online. He's not very like connected to other people, and so he'll just be like, I feel this way. I feel like that's it. There's nothing is real to him. I think that his life has very much become like surreal. I don't think he has a lot of human interaction, and so nothing. I think that like when you isolate yourself enough like that online, and every time you see somebody, it's through a computer screen, and when you talk to your friends, it's over the phone or over the computer, and you're not touching somebody, because touch is very important, especially in like a relationship. You know, when you're not like touching and feeling and being around somebody and like having like one-on-one human interaction, like I think you become so disconnected that everything feels like a simulation. And I think that like he's at a spot where he feels like he's in a simulation and he can just like do no wrong. I mean, he might have even ascended into this perspective that like he is the literal like narrator of the world. Like the world revolves around him, you know? That I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm speculating, but you know, that's just how I feel based on the psychology of the situation, guys.